I hit 5,000 subscribers a lot faster than I thought I was going to. I thought I'd have some time to make a more involved video, but I don't. So I've instead decided we're going to try some Crime Spree using just the AMCAR, Chimano 88, weapon butt, grenade, and the suit. Perk, whatever. Yeah, if I'm going to be using Anarchist. I really only need the, do I need the health? Sure. Why not? Alright, what state is this one in? Okay, I actually used this recently, I think. Oh, we are starting off with a good one. No, but I hit 5,000 subscribers, and I had a bigger thing planned, but it happened way too quick. So thank you for exceeding my expectations. But next time, warn me. When I get to like 9,500 and 500 of you are about to subscribe all at once, send me an email, send me a fax to 773-202-5000. We got your money, Chicago. We got you covered. We got your money. I have not done this. I have not played with the AMCAR. I just shot somebody. Yep. Yeah, that's shooting somebody. I'm sorry, web series lady. That was not. The reload's nice and snappy. Okay. There's a key card. I'll keep a mental note of that. There's a third key card. So I can skip 2 objectives. Oh, right, I have Bloodthirst. So if I get 16 stacks, my weapon butt's a lethal weapon. I like the Chimano 88, and the AMCAR isn't good, but it's serviceable. I think a lot of the reason I like the Chimano 88 is it's the Bernetti. It's just the Bernetti. For some reason, I knew I had Anarchist, and I was afraid to reload. I thought it was like the Borderlands one. I was just playing a bunch, trying to get back to playing Borderlands with Steve and Dan. We started playing that like 2015. It's taken a while to get back around to it, but we just don't spoil Borderlands in the comments, please. I think it goes without saying, but I'm not going to switch weapons. I'm not going to switch off of the AMCAR and the Chimano. We're just going to see how long I can go. Another? Alright. The reloads are nice and snappy. That's a good plus. And I think for starter weapons, they could be better, but I think giving them weapons that reload quickly and were kind of meant to be played low accuracy was a nice touch. So another game that I've been looking to play, was looking to play through with Steve and Dan, but we just haven't had the time, was Golf with Your Friends. And I booted the game up for the first time last night. I've owned it for over a year. We've all owned it for over a year. I bought like 4 copies, but last night I played through all the levels by myself. Wow. There's a lot of really cheap level design, and I didn't think that was like something you could accomplish with mini golf. I didn't know you could have a game where it's like, wow, that was some miserably cheap level design, and it's mini golf. And I don't know exactly how to describe it. I mean, if you watch the trailer, there's a lot of like trick shots that gets pulled off in the trailer, but there's no like indication of how to pull those off in game. And there's no, like, the guide to show you how strong you're hitting the ball isn't very good. So it's just like whatever. Like whatever goes. And it's easy to misjudge distance. There was one level in particular. It was in the pirate um, level pack on the pirate course. It was like a cannon that you have to get the ball into, and I just could not. I got it into the cannon, but it didn't shoot it out of the cannon. It just kind of fell into the ocean. And then there's like a set of like 2 gears on one of those courses, and I got the ball right in between the 2 gears. I was like, nice. But then I went to hit it, and it bounced off of both gears and fell into the ocean. No, it flew like really far back, and I couldn't get the shot lined up because you gotta get pretty much straight. You gotta get like straight down like the boardwalk or like the plank. But there's like these 2 gears that'll kick the ball out of bounds if it hits them. It's like, am I playing mini golf or Super Monkey Ball? There was a surprising amount of overlap. You don't even control gravity like in Super Monkey Ball. You just you hit a ball, which is how people assume Monkey Ball works, but it's not. There's a mod for, I believe it's Monkey Ball 2 in particular, that disables the screen tilt, and how the controls are accomplished is it looks, I mean, you're tilting the stage, but you're tilting the stage through tipping gravity, and then and then it uses camera tricks to make it look like the direction you're tipping the stage is where the stage, like the direction you're tipping gravity is how you're tipping the stage. So like when you tip forward, the controller or the camera kind of tips so it looks like the stage is tilting down, but it's forcing gravity to point forward, or point more forward than down. It's really interesting, and now that I know that's how that works, I might be able to cobble together a prototype of how that system works in game. I don't think I can make actual like reasonable levels out of it, but I mean, given like a couple weekends, I could probably make something that feels that way. I guess the big thing would be the control system, like, because you'd have to set everything back when you let go of the control stick, or in this case, it's like you're not touching WAS or D. And especially with Monkey Ball, that's all. I mean, that game needs an analog control stick. I'm gonna do this. That was actually kind of brutal. But you have a greater degree of control in the Super Monkey Ball games because it's with an analog stick. And you can very, very finely control which way gravity is pointing, which way the stage is tipping, so you can control which way your monkey is going. But if you're just using WAS and D, you really can't get that. But I've never had to program actual like analog stick controls. So that's going to be interesting. I don't even know how to make it read like what gamepad you're using. I don't know. I went on a much longer tangent about Super Monkey Ball than I intended to, but it's fine. Because I freaking love that game, and I could talk about how amazing and borderline genius its control scheme is all day. I guess not the control scheme, but just I could talk about how smart its game mechanics are, and how it's controlled, and how the controls work. Yeah, this is working. This is actually working. You can use AMCAR and Chimano 88 on. I mean, people say this is Death Wish viable. I'm not, or One Down viable, which is not Death Sentence. I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say light rifles definitely lose out on One Down. You need a lot of damage per second, which you just can't get. The only thing that can really hit that is like a minigun or the Clarion, or like the Mark 10 and Micro Uzi. But I guess the strike, too. The strike actually... I missed that. The strike actually works on death sentence. I've run akimbo strikes, actually, on death sentence. I didn't make it to the end of the heist, but I was melting absolutely everything. It costs way too many skill points to make those work. That's really the big thing. So today, not overkill. Today Today was the day of the Smash Brothers Direct when I'm recording this, and the Smash Brothers Direct definitely happened. Oh boy. Oh yeah, and then King K. Rool is in Smash Brothers too. That's gonna be weird. That's me the one that... I don't know. To me, I don't know. King K. Rool is just a character I don't expect in places. And he's a character I mean, I'll put it this way. I don't care for the Donkey Kong Country games. I think what they did for the industry was a godsend, and I think visually speaking and in terms of the music, they still absolutely blow away pretty much everything. But I don't like the gameplay of the Donkey Kong Country games. I think it's just an overcomplicated version of Super Mario Brothers. I think swapping characters and have them be your hit points is a bit much. I think mechanically they don't hold up compared to everything else Nintendo and Rare put out. And I mean, that kind of extends... Donkey Kong Country Returns, I think that franchise... That feels like it feels like a cash-in, but I don't know what it's cashing in on. And most of the reason I say that is because... like, 3D graphics just isn't that interesting anymore. And by Nintendo's own admission, they already have a side-scrolling platform franchise. That's why they killed off Paper Mario the way they did. They chalked it up as, well, we already had a turn-based RPG, Mario and Luigi. It's like, okay, sure, but you guys already have a side-scrolling platformer series, the new Super Mario Brothers games. So it begs the question... Oh, they killed him. It begs the question... Why did they make a special case for getting rid of Paper Mario the way it was, but no such case exists for... Oh, I cuffed the wrong guy. No such special case exists for the Donkey Kong Country games. I don't know. And I mean, I'll put it this way: I have zero nostalgia for Donkey Kong Country, and maybe that's why I don't like it. I mean, that's a lot of the reason why I don't like Sonic 3, is I have zero nostalgia for Sonic 3. I played that one easily a decade after I played Sonics 1 and 2. And the levels were just, they were long, and I didn't really like the settings. And I didn't really like Knuckles, and that man is... What was that man doing? And I guess while I'm already here on this classic Sonic tangent, that reminds me, when I was very young, I mean, this would have been like when I was like 4. We owned Sonic 1 and Sonic 2, but for whatever reason, I couldn't tell the games apart from their labels. So I just figured whenever you put a cartridge in, whatever Sonic was in the middle of was just what you were playing. And I was like, whenever I'd put in the cartridge and it was Sonic 1, I would just shut it off and wait, because I wanted to go on an adventure with Tails. I didn't want to just... And I liked Emerald Hill. Emerald Hill Zone I liked more than Green Hill. I still do. And it's such a shame that... It's such a shame. Sonic 2 is just... What shot me and from where? Is that what shot me? I'll never know. I mean, I'm not going to say Sonic 2 is a perfect game. It's got its bullshit. But it's like, it's backloaded. Whereas with Sonic 3, Sonic & Knuckles, and Sonic Mania, it's just all kind of permeated throughout. Which doesn't feel good. Whereas a lot of my favorite segments of Sonic 1, and whereas a lot of my favorite segments of Sonic 2, I mean, I pretty much like every zone in Sonic 2, up to, like, Oil Ocean Zone. But with Sonic Mania, I don't really like Green Hill Zone. Chemical Plant Zone's alright. Studiopolis Zone's pretty good. I don't like the Act 1 boss. And I don't like the Act 2 boss, for that matter. Uh-oh, that wasn't what I meant to do. Don't like Flying Battery Zone. I like the first act of Press Garden Zone. What comes after that? Is that Hydrocity? That might be Hydrocity. I'm fine with Hydrocity, again, except for its bosses. Oh, Stardust Speedway. I don't like either of the Sonic CD levels. And I don't care for Metal Sonic. Like, when Metal Sonic shows up in Sonic Mania, it's like, oh, okay, it's Metal Sonic again. In case you haven't seen enough of Metal Sonic. Why is it on the roof pile? It wasn't on the roof yet. I'll put it this way. Pretty much every level in the competition mode in Sonic Mania, I like. They picked really great stages, and I will completely agree with the last level you're able to play being Act 2 of Mirage Saloon is perfect. That's actually a level I think is too short, whereas most of the other levels I think are too long. But Mirage Saloon Act 2 is a good way to end off competition mode, and it is kind of the last good level in Sonic Mania. I know I'm saying a lot of unpopular opinion hot take things right now, like saying I don't like Donkey Kong Country or Sonic Mania. But it's just, I guess, a lot of it is it's nostalgia that I am not able to attach myself to. Like nostalgia for Sonic 3 or nostalgia for Donkey Kong Country. Because I didn't play those until much, much later. After I had already formed very strong opinions of what I like and don't like out of their respective franchises, not including what I know about. Like I already had in my head like an idea of what a Sonic game looks like. I already had an idea as to how long the level should be, what the level composition looks like, how many worlds there should be, and about what the general difficulty of the game should be. And then Sonic Mania it follows much more closely to Sonic 3, which I have zero attachment to. The levels are much more longer and based around platforming gimmicks, which I don't care for. I actually hate Marble Garden Zone with a passion because I hate the little spinning top thingies. I don't get why anyone thought that was a good idea. It's not. Carnival Night Zone I'm okay with. Act 1, Act 2. Either way's fine. I didn't have a problem with the barrel because, again, it was 10 years later. Yeah, it was easily like 10 years after the game came out. The levels were longer. And then Sonic 3 and Knuckles is just a really long game with a whole lot of levels. Like, that's a game that, in my opinion, if it was as long as from Angel Island to Flying Battery Zone, that's about the right length. But there's like 4 more worlds after it. And Sonic Mania does it again. Like, ending just after, like, Hydrocity Zone. Maybe Mirage Saloon. But then you have Oil Ocean, Lava Reef, Metallic Madness, and Titanic Monarch, all just one after another. And they're all really long stages full of just not fun platforming mechanics. I don't know. I should probably shut up about this because I've talked, again, about Sonic Mania just way too long. If anyone wants a proper Sonic Mania review and, like, my opinions of the game, let me know, because I could make that video, like, very quickly. Not that it'd be a very cheaply made video, but I pretty much know everything I want to say about it. I know... Oh, I'm sorry, man. I know everything I'd say about it. I know what specific examples I have, and... I guess I should include this. I have beaten Sonic Mania. I didn't get the good ending, but I beat Titanic Monarch Zone with Sonic. So, I have beaten the game. And as a follow-up, I think... Oh, no. Oh, no. Really? There we are. This is a really cool mission with, like, the physics and, like, aesthetically, this is awesome. But it's really short, and the whole heist is choke point. And it's kind of amazing that the whole heist is choke point. I don't think I can climb this, can I? No. No, can't climb that. Well, we're actually here. And we're done. That's it. What a heist. And there weren't any of the police cars, because if you shoot the police cars, they fly away like they're made out of, like, plastic. I like the music in this mission. I'm not playing the heist with music on right now. But Trouble's Always Inbound is probably my favorite song on the soundtrack at the current moment. It's got such a cool sound. Oh, that was a taser. I thought that was a cloaker. I couldn't tell if the gun was yellow or not from that distance. I could probably... Oh, here we go. I have not seen him crash there. Oh, he's greasy. Oh, maybe that's the blood that's floating above the road, the blood. So if I only need one bag, I might as well just go for one bag. It's crime spree, for gosh sakes. I wish extra loot was worth more. Like, I don't know. Maybe not money. Maybe it's like instant money that goes straight into your account. You don't have to cash out the crime spree. Maybe for every $1 million you collect, you get one more point. Okay, that's where I figured he'd spawn, but I didn't want to run all the way out there on the offhand chance that that didn't happen. What? Really? Like, what happened? Like, how did that sniper work? No, 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 no. And I live to heist another day. I guess this heist I could talk about what's coming up on the channel. Right around August 17th. It'll be the 1-year anniversary of 2 different builds. I need to see what date the 17th falls on because that's going to change things. Friday, so on the 16th, I'm going to be starting the Payday 2 Starter Guide series. I've talked about this thing for a while. I've made a bunch of passing mentions of it, but now it's actually happening. And that'll be just some like tips and what's what for people just starting the game, starting at level 0. I own Payday 2 on a second account, and I'm going to be using that and chronicling how I would go about starting at level 0 and moving on from there. And that will be updating periodically with things like loud heists, stealth. That is unnecessary. Why? Why? Give him some deviation, guys. I was just doing that because I was bored, but starting with like the absolute basics, the basics of loud, the basics of stealth, the continental coins, and the safe house, crime spree, all that type of stuff. And I'll be starting that on the 16th. So just shy of the 1-year anniversary of 2 different builds. I also have a new channel trailer because I was using the one from before the current reboot for a while. I figured it was time to switch to something a bit more relevant. So I will be switching to something. How many civilians did I kill? I've secured 3 bags. I've secured 2. Alright. Yeah, 1, 2. Now it says 4. A $300,000 VR headset sounds about right. Alright. But I've recently... It might not be the day that this all comes out. Or it might be that day, but later. But very soon. I'm updating the Patreon with a couple new tiers. So you can get some exclusive videos, not just text and PDFs. You can get videos. So, exciting, fun for the whole family, non-stop action and entertainment for starting at $1 a month. There's also 3 and 5. And then, I mean, the channel trailer should be up and out because I've been using the same one since the last reboot when I was going to be like a compilation, like highlight reel type channel. I'm kind of glad that one did not take off, just because that's, I don't know, like, I didn't even have like a plan for that one. It was just, it uploads whenever, but more than never. And then before that, I tried to do Fallout 3 and Sonic Adventure 2, almost simultaneously. And I actually recorded that entire Fallout 3 series, including Broken Steel, but I only edited the first episode because nobody watched it, even compared to my standards at the time. It sat at like 0 views for like a week. Alright, this might be the last heist of this for now, but I'll keep this crime spree active, and if people like this, I might do more AMCAR Chimano 88 crime spree. See how far we can go. Because I don't know. I had fun doing this. These are weapons I usually wouldn't run in crime spree, but it's interesting to see, what comes out of that. Like, it feels like a build randomizer, but it's just right into the next heist, right into the next heist, right into the next heist. And I get to spend an extended amount of time with weapons I usually don't run and get to talk about what I like about them and what I don't. Like the AMCAR's kind of sad magazine capacity. It's really miserable. But it's a very fast reload, which I can appreciate. I guess I could talk why I started doing the payday stuff, and a lot of it is just... I think I've mentioned it a couple times, but a lot of it was at the time. Like, source code wasn't going anywhere, but I didn't want to just tell my friends, hey, we're not running our channel anymore. Because that's rude to them. Because Dan was doing a lot of work on source code, and Steve liked dropping in for recordings when he could. So I was like, well, let me give my main channel one more shot. As for why it became scripted content, I had never done like a proper scripted video like that before. It was always something I wanted to do. And originally I envisioned, I had plans for like a review series, and it even had like an overarching story to it. But I never had the ability to make something like that. I never had the resources for something like that. But doing like Payday stuff, I felt like I could have the resources for that. It wasn't even just I had the resources for it, for Payday. But I felt I was doing something different enough from what other people were doing. Because I wasn't necessarily like reviewing the perk deck or reviewing like a certain skill build. It was a celebration of a particular aspect of Payday 2. And at the time I was doing nothing but Anarchist. 13 of my 15 builds were Anarchist. I have no idea how I came up with that many Anarchist builds that were different from each other. And I felt like a lot of the skill sets that I'd previously been using, I just didn't feel comfortable running anymore. The two big ones were Grinder and Rogue, and Ex-Presidents was also in there. I'd never felt comfortable running a regen build anymore. It was Anarchist or nothing, and I was kind of upset with myself that it had gotten that way, because Anarchist was so easy to run. It was really a celebration of Payday 2, because that was a game I was enjoying, and I mean at the time it was probably at one of its peaks, or it was getting to one of its peaks. When Reservoir Dogs came out, I think Payday absolutely peaked. And as much as I like Spring Break and all that, I think I'm content with letting it see the sunset now. I hope Overkill's The Walking Dead does well, so we can give Payday 2 a good rest. I think there's enough here that... I think that's really what the Ultimate Edition was trying to accomplish, was saying, you know, this is Payday. This is everything you need to know about Payday, and this is what we consider the complete package. Whoa, no kidding. No kidding. Huh. That's kind of cool. I never knew that. That's really something. There's a lot of texture clipping, but that's fine. That's really something. Wow, I never knew that. Oh, that's the truck that Matt was in. Okay. I wanted to give my main channel one more shot, so I told myself, you know, this'll be it. I'll make a series of 8 videos for this main channel. One scripted a week, one unscripted a week, which changed a whole lot. And we'll see where it goes. And it went. It went. And now 5,000 of you have been along for the ride. And that's just, it's absolutely amazing to me that 5,000 people are looking at the stuff I'm producing and say, yes, I want more of that. Because before that, the most people paid attention to the stuff I was putting out was the Flipnote Hatena, which it was like 250 people, and I'm like, well, I'm huge there, so I need to let people know that I'm the same E3K from there. So then that's where the last part of my username came from, and it's still grafted on there because people are used to it. I asked, like, hey, what if I just truncated it to E3K? And people are like, don't. I'm like, got it, okay. No, but in all honesty, I've got to say thank you. Thank you to the people who make 5,000 subscribers possible, and then some. Let's see where this goes next. And I can't wait to be along. I hit 5,000 subscribers this close to my 1-year anniversary. I don't know why that just hit me. I even talked about that in Stealing Xmas. Wow. Yeah, I can't thank you guys enough. But if I just keep thanking you, then this video will never end, and then I can never upload it on time. And that'd be mean. So Thank you so much. And I'm going to stop saying that word for a moment and just... You did it. It's crazy.